field. What a game we have in store for you today. A Big 12 showdown, and the implications could last for the rest of the season. As we'll see a team looking for its first win, the Buffalo Bulls, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Ole Miss Rebels. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Bulls will kick it away to start us off. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. It can get pretty wild in the Big 12. Some of these outposts are like snake pits when you have to go on the road. Got to get off to a quick start in conference play.
It is always wacky, Reese. Like, there's always something that happens in the Big 12, and somebody comes out of nowhere in the Big 12 every single year. So, starting in conference play, Palmer, these games start to really matter, really add up, and the pressure amplifies.
It's so true, too. When you think about the Big 12 Conference, it just seems like teams get caught sleepwalking. So, you've got to start fast. And the challenge, I think, for these coaching staffs, these two teams, every week they've got to have their team ready to go, and it starts today.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. And what a return as he takes it back to the 8.
That is the perfect start for a defense that has really struggled against the pass this season. They're in the bottom portion, okay? Have struggled, but opening drive, making a statement. Maybe this creates some momentum. Maybe this turns the tide for this defense.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, the offense trying to catch him off guard a little bit, running that draw play, but the defense wasn't fooled. Everybody stayed in their lane, and they're able to get the tackle for loss.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Bag's got it, and he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo! The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They'd love to get something started here, down 6-0. The give from the gun. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
I don't care who you are, but if you're going to have success offensively, you've got to have some semblance of a running game. They didn't have it their last time out. They obviously really struggled in that game. And in this one, just not getting enough push up.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And you're seeing the pass rush on the second play of the drive. They dial it up. Look at the speed and athleticism this defense has as they corral the quarterback for a loss.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the Rebels will punt this one away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The Buffalo offense headed back to the field. Always a positive to put up early points, and they'll try to add to this 6-0 edge. That's caught. It's Potts. Bounced out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Using his legs, it's Agbana. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge game? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking to fire. Oh, they're after him. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble, but couldn't create anything there.
This guy is very proud about his accuracy. That's why he's one of the better quarterbacks in all of college football. And that time, ball just got away from him a little bit. It's going to set up third down.
The Land Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that.
The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
Yeah, and this offense, man, you got to do a better job blocking. And I tell you what, that's kind of been a theme throughout the season. They haven't been high-powered. They haven't really figured out who they are yet. And they still got time. The season's not over yet, but this offense still in identity mode.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Caught in the backfield. It's Cobb. Breaks into the open. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just screen it to your running back. As soon as he catches it, he gets upfield. And how about the downfield blocking by these linemen and the wide receivers as they rip off that explosive play.
Snagged out of the air. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You can tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Rebels are marching down the field. He'll keep it himself. Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
And the Rebels back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. They can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. Nothing but green grass down the middle. Past the 10. Touchdown, Buffalo. And they turn it into a defensive score.
You practice these moments as a defense, but you never know when they're going to come to fruition. But how about it? The scoop, the ball's on the turf. They scoop it up. They take it to the house. The defense takes care of business and said, offense, we don't need you. We'll put points on the board.
Guys, we've reached the end of the quarter, and Buffalo is on top. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. They largely dominated the first quarter and built a nice lead to get started. And he takes this from inside the 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Fires left. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, but just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
It just left that pass short. Not enough juice on that one.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Rebels will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Secures it at the 30. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Buffalo has it back, but see what the Bulls offense can do. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount they take care of the ball. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Fires complete on the crosser. Good pickup there as he gets the 1st down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
That's a nice play on offense there. And how about the tight end getting out of his stance and working his way across the field, using his speed to clear the defense and make the catch.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Going to try to get it himself. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the 1st down, and he slides in safely.
Well, he hasn't called his own number very often in this game. That actually is the 1st time he's taken off and scrambled, but it was a really good decision. He's been killing this defense through the air. You've seen the arm talent, you've seen the accuracy. That time, really nice decision to tuck it and get what he can get. He's got this defense on their heels.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Sets up the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to get him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut him down. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish, and they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. It's complete to the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking left. He's got an open man. He's loose. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of the game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it. And the big time...
Touchdown, Rebels! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. It's a much-needed line from this offense as they try to cut away at this lead.
No doubt. Needed something to go right. When you're down, you got to make plays. You got to get your team back in it. Great start. Keep chipping away.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, a big-time top 25 duel. Let's get right to the pictures. Oregon has the lead currently at Autzen Stadium, but that typically dynamic offense just hasn't been able to pull away. They are up by 7 over Notre Dame. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. In a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He found a hole, got about 5. He's down at the 21.
Really nice first down run, and you're seeing why this running back is an every down type back. He can run between the tackles, he can run outside, he can catch the football, he can block. This guy can do it all.
Second down coming up. Wants to go up top. Got it in the middle. It's Woodside. Dragged down at the 26 after a pickup of 5.
Well, it's a nice job by the tight end there. He's patient. He fights his way through all the traffic in the middle of the field, running that drag route, making it an easy completion for the quarterback.
Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. Looking to throw on first down. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Pulls it in. It's Potts. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. A big third down coming, and hotty-toddy, gosh almighty, this crowd is ready. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Bulls have it with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Agbana. Good pickup, but a little bit short of the sticks. Up-tempo for the offense. The play-action fake. The quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. A strike downfield. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch. The Bulls want to pick up the tempo. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Got his man. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag. Holding on the offense, accepted, so they'll back up and go at it again. This drive facing a little adversity now after that last play. It's 2nd and 20. They'll run play action. Here comes the heat. On target over the middle. They'll immediately call timeout.
And the offense here dialed up a really good zone beater. Give credit to the offensive coordinator. He called the right play at the right time.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.
And he makes another momentum-building play. His 2nd interception in the first half. He can feel where the football's going. Got a good beat on this offense and making plays early and often for his club.
They'll start this drive with a pass. Snatches it on the right. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to throw on 1st down. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Touchdown, Ole Miss! The offense puts up 6 with that trip to the end zone.
Well, the head coach has to love what he saw from his offense here. At the very end of the first half, when you got to have it, execution has got to be great in these 2-minute type situations. Really nice job handling the situation by the quarterback, making sure all 10 other guys on offense are on the same page. And they're still losing the football game, but that's a touchdown they absolutely needed to have here at the end of the first half.
On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Rebels will boot it away to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Buffalo offense headed back to the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start turning it on. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a 1st down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
And those are frustrating. Like, those drops really annoy you because those running backs are always asking to be more a part of the game plan. Get the ball more, touch it more. An awesome opportunity in the pass game to make a play, ball right in his hands, and that is a missed opportunity.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
The Land Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on 3rd down. Makes the catch. On the move at the 30. They are on the move as they pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 28. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
He stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of
sometimes we don't focus on it enough, how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. And the Bulls come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a crease. It's Potts. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, lead the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo! Quick strike through the air for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. The short hands, it's Brady. They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Finds his man. It's Cobb. And boy, is he close to that first down. Maybe just a couple of inches short.
I mean, good news here. They get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is. Make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision to make.
A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay.
Yeah, and down by 2 scores, and I guess you get to the point where you got to say, I'm going to go for it. We got to be aggressive. We got to make this happen. They tried to make it happen. The defense comes up big. Now, it is not looking good.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. Power football with the run. Picks up the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Going to the running game. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
No question they wanted to get the ball to their playmakers, and both receivers have come up big through 3. 1 quarter to go, and Mike, we have the makings of a classic fourth-quarter finish. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Marches ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bulls. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
And that's a really nice drive by this offense. They didn't get too conservative. They put the drive together. Now, the biggest thing for me, now the other team has to score 2 touchdowns. And that's the goal you want. You always want to make it as hard as possible. This offense executed in the 4th quarter. Nice job.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay.
Oh, he's got some space. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. The Rebels come to the line in the hurry-up. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Grabbed in the middle. It's Buck.
I just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
Hines is back in the middle. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. To the air on first down. Steps away to find some room. He's going to take off. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Rebels have their offense in high gear. Quarterback making checks. Thomas looking to fire. And he can't complete the first pass. Let's see if he can get settled.
It's nice having zone eyes on the quarterback. I tell you what, you got to lead, be smart, don't give up big plays, drop back in your zones, but watch, when the ball's thrown, you can see the guys break on the football immediately and go make a play.
Wants to fire on second down. Right on target this time. They bring him down, but he's got a first and goal from the 10. The Rebels come to the line with a new set of downs. He'll pull it on the read. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
I suspect we can see that same exact play. They make it look really easy, running the option down the line of scrimmage, QB making good decisions and keeping them in good second down situations.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal. They'll try to pound their way in. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line and no farther.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line. Goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on 4th and goal. Thomas back to pass. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs.
All right, so they fail on that 4th down, but the game is not over yet. There's still time. Defense has to get the ball back quickly. Offense is going to have to score quickly. You have to execute now.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
And what a run. When you're an offensive coordinator and you're backed up, you're just trying to create some space to get out of your own end zone, and it's always a nice bonus when you pop one and create some serious space for your offense and some momentum going forward.
Smart move to keep it on the ground. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. A big 3rd down coming, and hotty-toddy, gosh almighty, this crowd is ready. Catch in the middle, hits Akbata. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. On the ground, it's Bacon. Pass to Sticks, and he may get more. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They've got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving, and they're doing that. This has been a beautiful drive to watch. Offense continues to stay in a nice rhythm here late.
We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I think they really felt like they had a real good game plan offensively and defensively coming into this one, David. There were some matchups on the